You got to talk about only positive things. Yeah.
So staying positive. How's work though? Work's good?
Yeah, a lot of us work remotely as it is actually like a little sad, but I feel like collectively we are sacrificing as a community and we're trying to, put an end to this. So that part of it.
Humanity is way more important right now.
Thank you again for your time, based on the fact that, we're all very busy, but right now I think that there's a good opportunity for us to invite our networks to communicate and cross-communicate and cross-pollinate. And as you mentioned, merging ecosystems. Yeah. And it's great that you're getting involved with a sales training program and being a leader there. As you're a leader, in just everything that you do, I've always seen you step up and rise to the occasion. In real estate, in your family, at Verizon, all of that. So I really appreciate the example that you're setting, and that's why I invited you to, have this fluid conversation with me. In light of what's happening specifically to our small businesses right now. A lot of them are experiencing tremendous pain. And my heart goes out to them coming from that industry and even you even longer. And some of the stores are considered essential business, so they're able to stay open, which is good. But on the one hand, they're still subjecting their health, to the public. Correct, good and bad. So just love your thoughts on that, and really any tips too for our small business owners that are still experiencing that.
So just I'll answer that question, and just to break back a little bit, we kind of started this interview, we just started talking. So again, I also want to,
I don't know where we are.
I want to acknowledge you and what you're doing here, because this is something that is very honorable, not just for yourself, for your business, for your ecosystem. And again, same thing with you. We worked together for a long time, although not necessarily in the same stores. And I watched you do everything you could to get to the top, to rise to levels that were unexpected, but no one else was doing. You saw the path, the vision was clear, and you went for it. And I commend you for that. And now you're at a corporate level in the position where you were, started just like I did, where you were in someone's store that they owned, in a retail store. Now you're with a corporate location. So I just commend you for that. That's fantastic. So,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. But to get back to how this is kind of affecting things, and we're seeing a surge in this types of communication. So just to be vulnerable for a minute, everybody panics. I can tell you, an hour and a half ago, I might've panicked, who knows? This is part of being a leader, where you're going to feel that panic, but it's how you react to it and how you change your state and how you really go forward. And I'm not going to say that I do it right every time. But what does help, and what is something that I have started to say, is not why is this happening to me, but why could this be happening for me? And I know it's hard to say that, and I'm incredibly empathetic to anybody suffering from this illness right now. And this doesn't come without total empathy and absolute love. But sometimes and it's me too, if we shift our thinking, we could come out of this stronger, and we are going to come out of this stronger. And people are losing their jobs, and that's real. So things like this, meetings like this, where our ecosystems start to merge, again, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 1 trillion, at least 10, right?
Right. Yeah. We at least know 5 of our own people.
Right. So I mean, that's really important, especially in these times. So doing things like this really help my emotional state too, because I know that someone out there, at least is, again, even if it's just one person I added a little bit of value to, it makes me feel good, and it makes me not just, it's a little selfish, it makes me feel good. It actually helps me as well. I know helping them, and that's that reciprocity. They didn't give me anything, but they gave me everything.
Right. Definitely. And my colleague put it perfectly. I think normally we try to take life day by day. Right now we're taking it hour by hour. You might have a good hour, you might have a bad hour, you might have that breakdown, but then need to get back, in that good state of mind. And you don't have a whole day to wait for that, so you need to reset and have that mindfulness in each moment, because you don't know what the next moment's going to bring. So I think that's great that you recognize that. I appreciate it.
Call a mic and a stage. So this is a mic and a stage. Every time I go live on Facebook, it's a mic and a stage. And what I can tell you has amplified our real estate business. We've been in real estate just about, is the most important thing in any business, in life, building rapport. I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. And Oprah said that. And obviously she was pretty successful in what she did.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
And it's Women's History Month, so that's a great plug. Thank you.
There we go. Women's History Month. I love that. So that's something that we did always. We always tried to build rapport with people. People were coming to buy phones from us, and I wouldn't talk about phones. We would talk about life. we would just
yeah.
dig deep.
And even right now, right, with everything that's going on, that's all people want. They want someone to be able to talk to. And that's why we're seeing this increase in communication.
When you're out on the Facebook Live, you have to know your audience, obviously, because if you don't know your audience, you might not be able to build that rapport with them. So building rapport on a screen is not the same as building rapport in person. So in real estate, we do it in all different angles. But one of my favorite things to do is to go on a listing appointment and speak to somebody, because I know that's where we are the most special. We build rapport, we ask questions. People come in sometimes, and we've done it in the past too, and you kind of got to check yourself. That's why I was talking with the sales training that we use on Blinded, it's a roadmap to conversation. So I know when I'm off that roadmap because it's taken me longer to get to that yes. My hello to yes is much longer than it would be if I use the right
sales cycle lengthens.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of different programs out there, and they're all, none of them are wrong. What this formula does for us, what this unblinded formula does for me and my team, is it, like I said, it puts everything that's out there into something that we can digest, teach, use every day. But building rapport with people is the most important thing. And what a lot of people do wrong is they think there's a time limit. Like, I could be building rapport with somebody for months. We might not ever get to the point of what we call step 2, pain and yes, meaning discovering what the true pain is. When I go in to sell a house, I have to discover why they're selling. It's not just like, oh, you want to sell your house? Because I can start benefit throwing at you and be like, we'll sell your house in 30 days. We'll sell it for over. We'll start. And all the person might have wanted was, hey, I just want to know that I'm safe and comfortable, and you're going to walk me through the whole process. I didn't have to tell you that I could sell it in 2 weeks. And you don't have to benefit throw to people. You have to really ask questions and discover what they're looking for, and figure out not even if they're going to say yes, but how they say yes. That's super important too. How does somebody say yes as a process? And sometimes people don't even know they have a process to saying yes. So you got to discover that.
And if you talk over them early on, you miss an opportunity to listen to them. And they may never say what they were planning on saying either at that point. And that could be a huge detriment to you. And half the time, salespeople will go through an entire sales cycle or sales process and then get to that very end and everything falls through. Mm-hmm. And it's probably because something on the beginning section was never taken care of, and they just weren't listening properly. They
didn't realize they broke rapport at 10 minutes face-to-face. But there's, we started a Facebook group that is specifically for nothing Corona related. It is just, post some funny stuff, some successes, some wins, something you did today that was great, a video of why you're grateful, just something, because everything you see on Facebook on that feed is going to be constant combative and a little bit. But be careful for the ones that are doing it. I'm not trying to capitalize on it. There's nothing being sold at it. This is just something to kind of break from what's going on.
I think that's really important. It goes back to self-care and the right frame of mind. Many people aren't even looking at the news anymore because it's too much. You also don't know what to believe, and it can be paralyzing.
But it's vital, and it's brought me connections and things that I would have thought were not possible. I mean, me getting in front of the 100 people that were there to stand there with Sean Callaghy and Fernando, talking in front of these people. I love to talk in front of people, but I didn't know. I didn't think I could. I didn't think I could do it, but it wasn't something. It was something I always wanted to do, and now I want to do more of it. So right now I'm going to do it virtually. But I plan on getting in front of as many people as I can, helping train people in real estate, within sales, just being an inspiration for people if I can, adding some value to their lives. So thank you again for this.
Absolutely. And I think that that's a great way to close this conversation around the fact that COVID took us all by surprise, but it's allowing us to do things that we never thought we would do before or always wanted to do. And now we have the opportunity to do it. So I think that's great that you're going after that.
Flag in the ground, take action, use that Zeus energy and go.
Yes.
Katrina, thank you so much.
Absolutely, Jay. Thank you for joining me.
For real estate.
Verizon.
Listen, Verizon had my heart for many, many years.
I know.
And I'm still Verizon with my phone.
Love it.
That's blowing up at the moment.